ready.
Hello.
Oh, first one.
First one.
It's finally here.
It is finally here. Feels like it's been a long time,
I think so.
but equally, it hasn't really. I think we've just been so busy.
Yeah, we had other bits and bobs to be doing.
Yeah.
So,
As well as balancing actual work life as well.
yeah, exactly.
How long's it been? How long have we kind of had this idea?
2.5 months now, surely.
It's not long, is it?
Nah,
Really?
Nah, yeah, we got a wiggle on. We have got a wiggle on with
Yeah.
it. That's why I think I'm a little bit. Ooh, I'm ready.
Ready to go.
I'm ready. Yeah.
How do we start this then? Because I've had a few people message me like, "Oh, I really like the idea of what you're doing. What made you decide to do that?"
I think there's so much false information out there that we can get a point across. We're going to give you just straight up how it is, facts. Yeah, we're going to teach you what to do, how to do it. New year, new you. That's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. But I think it kind of came about as a joke. Well, it wasn't really a joke, to be fair. It was we just started talking about other podcasts, and I remember saying to you, I really fancy doing one.
Yeah.
And you said, "Yeah, I do as well. I've wanted to do one for a while." And then we just mutually agreed that we're going to do one.
Yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? You don't know till you try as well.
No.
That's the thing. I think that's why probably a lot of people wouldn't do this. Sometimes you just got to give it a go.
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I mean?
But we are doing more than just a podcast as well,
A
aren't
lot
we?
more. But I think we should wait to tell people what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, because we have got a lot going on.
A lot going on, yeah. So you're gonna have to stay tuned with it.
Yeah. I mean, obviously people are going to see that we've got clothing
Of course. Yeah.
from,
Well, we've already sold out on the smalls.
yeah,
That went like that, gone.
straight away.
Which is, well, thank you.
Small t-shirts and hoodies is weird, actually, because I thought, like, medium and large would be the most, well, a few people are still interested in those, but I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting small to just be,
Not straight away, no, especially when we didn't know what the fit would be like. But the fit, yeah, the fit's the one.
yeah.
Fit's
It's
good.
It's good.
Fit's good. Pre-orders, by the way.
Pre-orders, yeah. We are taking
Pre-orders.
pre-orders.
We are taking pre-orders. So don't be afraid. Ask away. Any questions as well, ask. Doesn't matter what topic it is, I feel like.
Yeah, that's a good point, because obviously we are going to be doing a podcast to try and provide an understanding of certain aspects,
Of
give
course.
people,
Mm.
an understanding of certain things, help to, push the right message out, essentially.
Yeah.
Because like you said, there is so much misinformation and it can easily mislead people.
Yeah, of course. Especially from bigger influencers. Obviously, at the moment, we're no one as such.
Small fish in a big pond.
Exactly, but that doesn't mean we don't know what we're doing.
No, we still.
I mean, it takes time. So, listen.
Yeah. So I think, with regards to the clothing as well, that's something that we kind of really got started on straight away. That was like,
I think that was almost wanted more than the podcast, I think.
yeah.
Good way to branch out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, what is this?
What is
Oh,
the name? Yeah.
You go into it through that. But,
Another good thing to point out as well is what's been quite apparent in the last couple of months is how we've both worked together in different ways. Because, like, you are much better at certain things than I am.
yeah, we complement each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think once you find someone who can complement what you do, you'll be surprised what you can get done in a short amount of time.
Yeah, definitely.
Really, because we've had days where we literally like, have we done everything? Have we got it to do? And we've gone back and checked, and it's been like, we're on top of it.
Yeah.
And we're literally like, we shouldn't be on top of it.
No.
But we are.
Because I remember at the start of December, we had a big list,
Yeah.
and our goal was to try and get all of that stuff done
Yeah, exactly.
before the new year, and we got it done in the first week.
It was all about the approach, and I think today that's what we'll talk about for people in the new year, how to approach the goals or what you want in the right way. Because, I mean, we are talking from experience now as well. We've done it before in fitness, and now we're doing it through business as well. So I think the input we're put through, it's beneficial in any way. And you haven't even got to take it through fitness. You can just take it through day-to-day life. That's the thing. Everyone thinks like a fitness goal is so specific when it's not. There's a lot more aspects to fitness. From day-to-day life to fitness, all this in between, it all matters.
There's a direct correlation between
Always,
the two.
always, yeah.
Definitely.
Healthy body, healthy mind.
So that brings us on to our first topic then.
First of all, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
So the topic of our podcast today is going to be New Year, but is it going to be the same you?
Yeah, essentially.
Exactly, because from even experience from like past clients for me, I've had a lot of people say, I'm going to change. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Well, you can say what you want, but I care what you do. That's the difference. Saying things and doing things are two different things. Follow through, do it right. When no one's expecting you to do it in 1 month, it's just not realistic. And that's how you'll slowly progress and figure out how to build your goals up by planning it the right way.
Exactly. There is a right and a wrong way.
Easily. Oh, there is. Yeah. But there's not one wrong way, one right way.
No.
There's so many right ways. What works for me and what works for you is totally different. So, like, for me, I might need a bit of a kick up the arse. And I need someone to say, you have to be here by then. I will be here by then. Do you know what I mean? That's a motive. I need motive for me.
And I think that relates to certainly a lot of my clients, but I'd imagine your clients as well.
Yeah.
The accountability
Yep.
of saying, okay, we've got an appointment at this time. You need to be there.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of people just need that.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. It's like a drive, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. If you don't, why you wouldn't work for free, would you?
I don't even know why I hesitated there.
You were like, yeah, I'm charitable.
Clearly
No.
I'm not. No.
This is the thing. So, like, why would you like set a goal that's just not realistic, not achievable? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense.
No.
Do you know what I mean? The way we break it down is, I'm going to do this by then, and then if I get to that, then I might progressively overload the goal type that I'm using to lose more weight or gain more muscle, etc. But people just say, I want a summer body. Excuse me?
I had somebody come to me, somebody I know quite well, and they came to me and said, I want to put on 5 kilos of muscle. And I was like, okay, quite an aggressive target.
Yeah.
That's a very specific number, and that's going to take a long time. If you're looking at 5 kilos of just muscle,
Yeah.
you can put on 5 kilos of weight.
Easy.
Some of that will be muscle.
Yeah.
It goes hand in hand. But if you're looking at 5 kilos specifically of muscle, which I don't even know where you get that number from, because how do you know what 5 kilos of muscle mass is going to look like on your physique in the first place? So anyway, got chatting. I said, so in terms of your goal, why is it that you're looking to do this, and when have you got in mind that you'd like to have achieved that by? He said 3 weeks. I got go on holiday in 3 weeks. I want to put on 5 kilos. I just said, I'm sorry, that cannot be done. That can't be done.
No.
I said, I'll train you up until that point, but you're not going to see a great deal of difference in 3 weeks.
No. Not naturally.
No, not naturally. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beyond me.
So I think that is something that resonates with a lot of people. That impression of a false time frame, in a sense.
Yeah.
People think that you can do things overnight. And,
yeah, of course you can.
And although that message gets pushed out a lot, from people like ourselves and other fitness professionals that evidently say, it takes a while, it takes a certain process to achieve from where you are now to where you want to be, it's not going to be quick, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah, of course.
People still just want the shortcut.
Yeah, I think there's no easy way to do what we do or what we offer. There's no easy way to it. Like, if you're not in it for a long run, it's going to be difficult. Don't get me wrong, there are transformations that you might see that you do think, wow, that's incredible. But I think if you look into it a bit more, you probably realise that there's so many things that they did still do wrong, to the point of where maybe when they go back to normality, you watch their body change quite quickly again, because they've gone from one extreme to another. We're not meant to do that.
So common. I see that a lot. You see people, with these transformations, or they join Slimming World or Weight Watchers or something like that, and they do lose a lot of weight, but then it's just so against what their body wants to do and what their body is used to.
Exactly, yeah.
They go back to their old ways almost immediately, and then the weight piles back on, and often cases they put on more weight than they ended up losing.
And the thing is, it's hard because we're not here to train you for years and years for a body transformation, unless you're looking for like conditioning types or coaching types. Like, if you think of Weight Watchers, I know people who have been in Weight Watchers for years. It's not doing the right thing then, is it?
No.
You've been there for a couple of years and you're in Weight Watchers. You should be done within a certain time frame, especially when you've lost the weight. Yeah. But I promise you, when you go off of it, you watch it just creep back up.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is it creates such a bad relationship with food, I think, because people go into programs such as that with no real explanation as to what they're doing and why they're doing it.
Yeah.
They just get told that on this day you can eat this, but when it's Tuesday at 2 p.m. you can't eat that because it's a bad food.
Yeah.
And people just are so scared to consume certain things.
That actually brings me on to like, bad food, drives me potty.
Bad food.
Bad food. No, there's no such thing as bad food, good food. Do you know what I mean? It's what maybe the food offers in energy type, macronutrients. Do you know what I mean? If you would have a McDonald's burger, you're still going to get sources of protein, carbs and fats, which our body can all utilise. Yeah? But when you're eating 5 of them, then you're gonna put weight on.
Yeah, obviously there is an element of overconsumption.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think if you went up to the vast majority of people, likely that didn't go to a gym, and the reason I'm saying that is because there are a high percentage of people that go to the gym that have a reasonable understanding of nutrition. Maybe not, obviously not to probably our level because we've trained specifically for it, but people do have access to YouTube and books and everything. So there are people that do have a decent understanding of nutrition. But if you went up to most people that don't have the drive to learn about that kind of thing and that don't go to the gym, so they just don't bother researching that kind of thing anyway, if you were to show them 2 photos, one of which was, I don't know, just fruit and veg, loads of different fruit and veg, but the calorie count was, let's just say 1,500 calories, and then you show them something from McDonald's that's like 950 calories. If you showed them the 2 and said, which is healthier or which is better or which is going to allow you to lose weight, they're going to point to the fruit and veg because they don't understand energy balance.
Yeah, I know. That's just through nutritional propaganda almost, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It literally is. Like, don't get me wrong, like fruit and veg, eat them up. They are so good for you, but I think the problem where people have gone wrong, especially like my friends, they've done it where they just like cold turkey it.
Yeah.
They do it. I say, I'm not eating this. I'm not doing this. I'm not. And all of a sudden, your body's thinking, hello, I don't like this.
No, it's you've gone to the complete other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
With no transition phase.
Exactly.
And that is why you're not able to.
Yeah, and I think that's
sustain it.
One of the most important things about anyone's New Year's goal is this transition phase. They can't expect from the 1st of January to just snap out of something.
No.
You just can't. And if you think you can, you shouldn't. It's not even something like you can't. You just shouldn't.
I can't quite get my head around the mindset of next year I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I can understand it to an extent of looking at the bigger picture with regards to business or travel, or if you're looking to move away, that kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
But in terms of starting a fitness journey, saying that you're going to go from doing completely nothing to I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week, starting from January the 1st. I'm going to cut out all processed foods. I'm not going to eat bread. And then you see them with their Tupperware eating literally lettuce and tomatoes. And it's like they've never done that before in their lives. How on earth are they going to sustain that over the long term?
Yeah, exactly. It's unachievable that way.
Massively, yeah.
Yeah. Or you're just really going to prolong that achievement instead. And I think one of the major problem is no one asks questions anymore. they just look it up, and let's say you see a big influencer and think he does it this way, I'm going to do it that way. No, this influencer, he or she, they could look unreal, yeah, but they've been doing it a long, long time, yeah. You won't look like that if you do their diet.
No.
Because, I mean, even you look at us, we're two totally different body types. I mean, you have to consume more than me, or I have to consume more than you. Either way, my deficit to your deficit, it will be different.
Yeah.
And people look at this, like, they say, like, you see it on TikTok more than anything now, like, eat this to stay lean or something. And I think, hey, I'd be hungry. What do you mean stay lean? Of course. I mean, you're eating like 500 calories a day, mate.
I think there's a massive misunderstanding as well, because you've got people somewhere in between that have an understanding that they need to be in a deficit, but they follow that traditional bodybuilder's diet. You see them there on a Sunday afternoon, they got 24 Tupperware containers.
Yeah.
It's divided into threes. They've literally got rice, broccoli, chicken 5 times a day, no ketchup, no mayo, no seasoning, got to watch the cholesterol.
It's mad, isn't it?
And that's another thing. And then you see them eating it cold, and you're just thinking, how are you enjoying that?
Yeah. Risk to reward is something that
I've
people
done that.
don't realise.
Honestly, I did that when I was about 16, 17, because I thought that's the way. I thought, he's in shape, he's eating chicken, rice and broccoli, I need to eat chicken, rice and broccoli.
Yeah.
And it's just, you just can't manage that. You just cannot do that long term. You have to have flexibility within your diet. You've got to have an understanding that if we want to go out to a restaurant and not look at how many calories we're consuming, we can do that because we don't do it every evening.
Yeah, of course.
It's when we start doing that more frequently
that
over the course of the week, that's putting us into a massive surplus. And then we start seeing a decline in performance. We start seeing the scale going up. We start seeing measurements going up. Clothes stop fitting. That's when it becomes a problem.
It's like nutritional moderation.
Definitely.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can eat what you want to eat within reason. Do you know what I mean? That's what the misconception is, I think, is a balanced diet doesn't mean, like what you said, the broccoli, rice, and the chicken, let's say. It doesn't mean that. How's that balanced? You're eating the same thing consistently. That's not balanced.
No, but equally, I've seen people have that aspect of wanting to have a balanced diet and thinking that they eat broccoli 4 times a day and then they can go out on the piss and have 10 pints in the evening. Yeah. That's not how it works.
No, I wish it did.
Yeah.
That'd be ideal, wouldn't it?
Only 10?
Yeah. What? 5?
Yeah.
But I think the way that people or whoever's going to listen to this need to lay goals out isn't as maybe I want this goal by then, one goal. I think if you break it down, you make things more achievable, that will keep consistency and that will drive your motivation. If you have one goal, like let's say by the end of the year you want to look like this, where's the middle ground? How do you know if you're doing the right thing, if you're doing it, if you're good? Like, because you might not see it, but I think people need to realise that progression isn't always like here. It's mind, it's how you're maybe performing in the gym, it's what other people see, because what you see to what I see,
completely different.
Totally different.
Completely different.
Totally different.
And I find as well that when you do, and you'll know this as well from personal experience, when you get into peak condition and you get into really crisp shape, you're so critical of yourself. Every day you see yourself in the mirror and you think, I'm not in shape today. Why am I not in shape? I've been training hard. I've been dieting. I'm not in shape. Other days, you have a high carb day, you go to the gym, you get a pump, you look in the mirror, you think,
oof,
I could get away with saying I'm on gear.
Yeah, and that pump's mad.
Yeah.
It's
So it's crazy. I think a lot of it is mental. I think your mind does play tricks on you, but you've got to remember as well that you see yourself every single day.
Yeah, exactly.
And a good analogy of this as well is like, obviously now I'm a dad, I see my daughter every single day. Obviously I get to know certain behavioural changes and
of course,
what she's doing differently day to day. But if somebody that saw her when she was just born and hadn't seen her in that 7-month period now saw her, obviously the transition would be unbelievable.
Yeah.
But for me, because I've seen her every single day, it's not been so much of a shock. And that's the same with body transformation.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, actually. That's a really good way of putting it. Yeah, I don't think people quite realise that either.
No, I think once you start to realise that, then it can really help you to maintain that motivation. Because a lot of people say, how do you stay motivated? The first thing I say is you need to get motivated. And the second thing I need to say is you need to get results. And that sounds so vague, but it's true. If you don't get results, you're not going to have the motivation.
Yeah, because that's what drives people up here.
I like to think of I always use these seesaw analogies, but I quite like this one. So if you imagine a seesaw that's fully balanced currently, and you've got one end, which is motivation, and the other end is consistency. If you focus on one of those two things, let's just say motivation, for example. And the reason I'm saying this is because it's the new year, people just naturally tend to have more motivation.
For the time, yeah.
Even if they're not currently in an exercise or fitness routine, people just think, oh, it's the new year, it's my year, I'm going to do it. So motivation is at a high. So they're focusing on that one thing. So if they were to go to the seesaw, sit on the motivation end, you find that consistency goes up because they're motivated. So because I'm motivated, I'm now going to stay consistent. And it's the same on the flip side. If you don't have the motivation, because that probably reflects more so at our end where we've been doing it so long, there are phases where that dies out.
There are other factors that affect you as well, of course.
That dies out.
Yeah.
But then if we were to sit on the end of the seesaw which said consistency, motivation then rises. Because you're going to get more results. Yeah. You're going to understand that consistency
will always bring that motivation back.
No matter what.
No matter what. That's a really good analogy.
So one of those two things, they work hand in hand with each other.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to note that.
Yeah, because I think people do base it off. I'm not like, by Feb, a lot of motivation's lost. Whereas if you can make that transition into that consistency, it's hard. Being consistent is harder than being motivated, I think. Because
Definitely.
On the days you're not motivated, you still have to go up, get outside, do the run, or go to the gym. And that's much harder. But trust me, if you do it through that time, I don't think people realise how much they love it when they're motivated.
I think motivation is mental, consistency is action.
Yeah.
I can get motivated by watching a 4-minute YouTube video.
Yes, yeah, of course.
That doesn't make me consistent.
No.
If I don't then get in the car, get to the gym, start lifting some heavy shit, the motivation was pointless. I think you have to light the fire, and you've got to choose. You've got to choose the point of when it burns. You've got to take action when you, because I don't know if you've ever had it where you're really just not feeling it one day.
Yeah.
You just can't be bothered, and then something inside you just switches, and you think, yeah, I feel like the gym now, and you just go.
Yeah.
If you were to give that another 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you could easily talk yourself out of it.
Probably, yeah.
So I think there are certain moments where you've got to take advantage of that mindset and just take action.
And I think once you find that little mindset, like that split second to think, do you know what, I'm going, I'm gone, I'm there, I've done it, I'm back. Once you find it, keep it. Always.
But because once you do it once, you've got the understanding of how that feels.
Exactly. And I think the major problem, I know with a lot of my clients, even now, it's not putting themselves first. Okay? And that's where motivation, you could be motivated, but like you said, that consistency's gone because you're putting so many other people before you. And it's almost selfish, like a goal, isn't it? Really, when you think about it, I want to do this.
Yeah.
But no one ever does that because there's so many other factors in your life. Do you know what I mean? That makes you not be able to do that. Sometimes there's always time in the day for it as well. I don't care what people say. There's always time in the day. It doesn't take long to do something that will just kickstart something. Like you said, it doesn't take long.
Always time.
Always. Do you know what I mean? And I get I think in my opinion, it's hardest for mums. Do you know what I mean? Because they got if they have kids, they got to look after the kids, and then they got to look after the other half sometimes as well. So they're busy. And then they work, etc. I understand that you're busy. I do, I really do. But you telling me you haven't got half hour in the day? You're lying. You're lying. I know you do. Do you know what I mean? It's what you do with it that's going to make it count. I mean, I haven't got time today. I don't feel well. Do you know what I mean? I do. I appreciate that. But I'm not asking you to go run a marathon. Do you know what I mean? I'm asking just increase that activity level. That's all it takes. Go on a walk.
Yeah, just do something because it's...
And I'll tell you what, you'll feel better for it.
Yeah, not only will it benefit you physically, but it will mentally as well. So the last thing you want to do is be in the house all day. Just We know from lockdown that didn't do anyone any good.
Look how many people came out of lockdown almost changed. Do you know what I mean?
And I think people became accustomed to that. I think a lot of people were conditioned to that lockdown mindset. And I still think people are stuck in lockdown. Not physically, obviously people are out and about, but I do feel like people's work ethic has dipped. A lot of people now want to work from home, and so they found that working from home had decreased work absence by 33%. So obviously you're already at home.
Yeah.
So if you feel rubbish, you haven't really got an excuse because you're at home.
Yeah. But I feel like the problem with that is like my girlfriend works from home, but she doesn't like working from home. She'd actually prefer to go up, get out and do something, which I think in the grand scheme of things, that's the attitude that's needed. She wants to go out and do it instead of people thinking, oh no, I will work today because I'm going to work from home. That's lazy. Granted, you're still working, but you're taking the most easiest route for you to go to work possible. You're not going out your way to go to work. And I think that's, if you reflect that onto fitness, people just want the easiest route.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sorry, there isn't one.
There's not.
There literally isn't one.
No. I think the working from home thing, though, I get it. Because if you've got the option...
Nah, I couldn't think of anything worse.
No, but I'm not saying full-time necessarily. But if you had the option, you're going to do 3 days in an office, 2 days at home, Monday and Friday at home all day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, isn't it?
But then I do feel like it can, or I don't have experience with it in terms of an office job and you know, being...
I think either way, our job is active no matter what. So it's easy for us to say, yeah, I work home Monday, Friday at the cushy. But the difference is, imagine if you are just typing all day, and maybe that you go into the office, that could be your activity level. That could be all you do. Walking to the train station, walking to work, walking home. That could be all you do. You take that away, you're going to start struggling more so. And not even physically, mentally as well.
But I think as well, because obviously the vast majority of what we do is physical, but there is an admin side as well, like programming and things like that, which I always do from home because I don't have an office. I don't have a warehouse. Not yet. No. So everything I do is usually from here, but it's limited to, I'm going to spend an hour doing this, then I'll do an hour tomorrow. It's not, I'm going to sit here for 9 hours. Couldn't do it. Exactly. And I feel like as well, if you're working from home, it must be really easy to get distracted.
Oh, of course it is.
Like, and I'll give you an example, and he's probably going to watch this as well. So one of my friends sent me a Snapchat yesterday, and I haven't used Snapchat in ages, but I just decided to get it again because there's a couple of friends on there that I just communicate with directly through Snapchat. Anyway, he sends me a Snapchat of his work computer. He's at home. It's his laptop. And it says something like working hard, or he's in a meeting. I'm pretty sure it's a Zoom meeting. There's like 30 people on the screen. And then his phone camera just switches and he's playing Rocket League. Just having a few games of Rocket League. Mike. So I think it must be easy, but that distraction then also comes from potentially a lack of discipline from like the managerial side as well. Because you feel like I don't know, I can't talk.
It's so hard because we don't do the office job, but I think
they probably think, oh, we're saving money, just work from home, and almost. I don't know. I just feel like maybe not as much gets done.
No, the way I understand it as, because Heidi worked through like whole of lockdown, and like mentally she wasn't in the right place to do the other things that would help her. Do you know what I mean? Like go outside, like healthy body, healthy mind, and all everything like that.
Yeah.
She wasn't in the mindset for it because it's like me. I haven't worked out at work for ages. I don't like practicing where I preach because I feel like I'm always there. So imagine people working from home. They living room, office, let's say, if they have an office. Imagine walking out to work and then you're in the living room. Where's it? Where's the drive gone?
There's no environmental change.
No, it's just
I get that.
I'm here. oh, I'm still here.
Yeah, I get that completely.
And
'Cause I was,
that's when people can struggle. So that's why I'd always say to people is, and it's so much easier than done, but everything is in life at the end of the day. So much easier than done.
because
But
we get that a lot.
yeah,
Because how many of your clients say to you, oh, you're always so motivated, you must be doing this. I say, look, I struggle with the same things that you do. And for me, if anything, it might be a little bit harder. Obviously, I've got the knowledge and understanding to know what I need to do.
Yeah.
I can give myself my own direction. I can construct my own programming. I don't need anyone to do that for me. However, if you stick me in this environment for 12 hours, because sometimes it's long, whether or not it's bouncing between houses as well. But if you then say to me after a 12-hour day, go and do a 90-minute session.
Yeah, it's not doable.
Again, it goes back to that thing of like what we were saying earlier. There's no excuses. You have got time. And yeah, that's not an excuse. But I went through a phase of having to change my environment. So if I was in a certain gym for 8 to 10 hours, I'd have to go to another gym.
Yeah.
And even though I had free membership at the one that I was working at,
yeah, of course.
I'd rather pay and change my environment. And also that kind of minimized distraction for me as well. There were various times when I was training and I always, without fail, unless I forget, I'll always train with headphones.
Always, yeah. I don't want to be. I'm in my zone as well.
But there were several times when people interrupted me with my headphones on and asked me a question about certain things. I'm always like polite. I'm happy to go out of my way, but there's a time and a place.
Yeah, of course there is.
And I feel like, I imagine when I'm training and I've got my headphones in and I've got my music on, it's like you're in a bubble, and then you take one of those earphones out or lift your headphones off. It's like your bubble bursts. There have been a few times when that's happened, and then I've sort of thought to myself, oh, my mindset's shifted now. I don't feel like I can train as intense.
So what we're saying is basically sometimes another way to approach a goal in the new year is change your environment around you. Do you know what I mean? Try something new, maybe. Go out of your way to do something. Because at the end of the day, it's going to boost something, even if it's confidence. Because I think that's another big thing, is you have a lot of people who are like, I want to do this, I want to do that, but they haven't got the confidence to do it.
Yeah, I think if you're seriously considering starting a fitness journey, especially now, it's January, it's a good time to do it, because you can reflect at the end of the year. But I think you seriously need to consider going with somebody.
Always, yeah. Having a partner is trust me, the training difference is incredible when I train with my friends to training on my own.
Yeah, unbelievable difference. Yeah, because you push each other in different ways. But I think that's a big thing. I think you need to go with someone, whether that is a family member or a friend, whether it's with someone who has been going for 3 to 5 years or someone who's just starting as well. You can keep each other accountable. So if you don't have anyone to go with, you should get a personal trainer.
Yeah,
because
it's
and
people don't realise.
The thing I can't get my head around is, and I used to struggle with this because as well as me, I know that you qualified when you were 18.
Yeah.
So I was 19, and as a 19-year-old boy, because you're still
of course not. You're a young lad, aren't you?
Yeah. I was just almost lost because I felt like there was so much competition, and I felt like, why is anybody going to pay for this service when I don't have anything to show? Because I didn't at that time. Obviously, I trained friends and got good results with them, but in terms of having a client, somebody that I didn't know, come to me and want X, Y, and Z, I didn't have any backup of that. So I thought, how's anybody ever going to afford this personal training? And then you start to realize how people prioritize things. And one of the biggest things people say now is, I don't have the money, or it's not a priority. And obviously that is more understandable now with the cost of living and everything changing.
Yeah,
that is granted, that is understandable. But if you have a problem that you are complaining about that needs addressing, such as whether you're unhealthy, whether you've got potentially a medical problem that could be prevented or managed through exercise, something to that effect, I think that needs action. That requires action, because that's impacting your health. So you've got to act on that
I
now.
agree. No, I agree.
But
with
I
that.
think if you're going to be saying that you haven't got the money to do it, I just think you need to prioritize. You need to invest, because the way I look at it is an investment into your health. It's an investment into your future. And that sounds quite vague, quite dramatic, but there are a lot of people that die from cardiovascular problems, from obesity. How many of those, and we don't know, maybe there are studies out there, but how many of those could have been prevented purely through exercise? How many people could we look at and say, do you know what, I could make you live for another 20 years? That is a major selling point. And I can guarantee if anybody ended up in the hospital over the next week, seriously ill with one of those type of problems, they'd look back and say, do you know what, as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to the gym. Or, I wish I started going to the gym sooner. I wish I started looking after my health. I think if you could get that point across to people and flick that switch, like, that is enough motivation for anyone.
Yeah, and if it isn't, I mean, it's a struggle for anyone as well. But I think it's a lot to process as well if we do it like that. But if you break things down, the way I try and train my clients is if they don't understand the movement, I'll break it down. Do you know what I mean? You don't just, here, do this. I do it, you should do it. It doesn't work like that. You have to break the movements down, soft knees, hinge and hips, etc. Do you know what I mean? Or if you go for like a scapular reset, okay? I think nutrition is here, exercise is here. They do meet, but without a slight understanding, they won't like merge together. Like, nutrition is so important now, and it's a huge misconception, like we said earlier. But if you pair that with the gym and bring it together, then like what you said, you can add years on.
Yeah, you can.
And we're not even joking. You can physically add years on. You go and watch documentaries. There are studies for it now. You can add years to your life by healthy lifestyle and healthy living. You know what I mean? So, depending on what your goal is, you know what I mean? Don't worry about a summer body, because my summer body might be better than your summer body, or yours might be better than mine. I don't care. I want to be healthy inside. Do you know what I mean as well? And I think that's important. People don't realise that. People are getting... Don't get me wrong. Some of the boys I know, they look unreal. What's its worth?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Are they internally healthy?
I think that's another thing as well, especially with a lot of fitness influencers now, especially all over Instagram and TikTok. People are coming up with the idea and assuming that body composition is the be all and end all. If you look good, you're healthy. Sorted. You're healthy, you're strong, you're athletic. It's not always how it goes.
It's sad. I wish it was.
Your body composition doesn't mean you're the strongest. It doesn't mean you've got the best muscular endurance. It doesn't mean you can run 100 meters quicker than anyone else. If you look at Tyson Fury, he's probably fitter than most people I know that are shredded. Yeah. And I know a lot of people that are in really good shape. But look at his body composition.
Yeah. It's the most.
And I'm not saying he's healthy.
No, of course, but if you think of the lifestyle that he's leaded to what he is now as well, unreal, by the way. It's just ridiculous. But if you were to stand next to Tyson Fury, be like a fitness influencer on Instagram, you'd think he's much fitter. Nah, it wouldn't surprise me if Tyson run absolute rings around him.
Yeah, of course he would.
Yeah, but it's
the fact he had, what was it, 2-3 years out, maybe 3.5. Can't quite remember, but he had a long time out. Came back, fought Deontay Wilder. Yeah, went the distance. Like, he should have been. I mean, you'd assume he'd have been puffing after 5 or 6 rounds.
He went the whole way. Yeah, got knocked out, got back up. Yeah, do you know what I mean? I think it's the perception of what fit is. It's nothing that's aesthetic. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got big arms. That mean you're fit.
Cheers, mate.
You like that one, didn't you? Do you know what I mean, though? It's one of those things, like, how can you look at someone and think, you're fit? You can be attracted to them, but that's not what we're talking about here.
No. No.
I'm looking at people thinking, you look good, but I don't know if you're fit.
My mindset has shifted over, I'd say, probably like the last 5 years. So going from probably like the age of 14 to 18, 19, it was all about how can I look like a bodybuilder? How can I build a lot of muscle? I think a lot of that comes down to like the natural process of puberty and becoming an adult as well, because there aren't many 14-year-olds. Well, there probably are now. You see a lot of tall kids,
but big boys now, yeah.
But you know, just going back to like when I was at school, there was never anyone that was like muscular. There was, to be fair, there were a couple of guys that are really strong and had like adult strength, or what I'd consider like an average adult to lift. But you don't, not many that are like muscular or in shape. But I think that's your aspiration. You want to stand out at that age. I think you need something to stand out, or so society makes you feel that way anyway. But I think that was the mindset back then, is I need to look this way. Whereas now I feel like it's more so performance, fitness.
Yep.
And just enjoying it as well,
Yeah.
and not taking it as seriously. Because I mean, I used to be religious with macros to the point where I'd put something on the scale. If it was a gram over, I'd take that gram off. And it became toxic after a while.
It does, yeah.
And it was so toxic to the point where me and Sophie would go out for a meal, or she'd say, "Oh, I'll treat you to a meal." And I'd be thinking, I don't, it's going to ruin my diet.
Yeah. No, we can't. And I think that's where the moderation comes in, doesn't it? That we were talking about. You have to.
You have to.
Because you can't live a life like that unless you're training for competition and you have the specificity of, I have a competition in 8 months. Then, yeah, fair enough. I mean, you are going to train for specifics. Of course you are.
Yeah, that's different.
I mean? Yeah, but we're talking about day-to-day life, achieving whatever goal you might want to achieve this year. It's balanced, healthy diet. It's maybe change of environment. It's like that seesaw analogy that you said. Your motivation will lean, but when that leans, what we move to is that consistency. And trust me, it will come back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's just being able to lay out it in an achievable way, in terms of maybe by February, you want to just be doing something. Do you know what I mean? So like maybe by February, I've gone to the gym 10 times. That's fantastic. Do you know what I mean? You've gone from going none to 10.
Yeah.
That's how you break it down.
Yeah, you have to break it down.
Yeah.
I think
because it's really daunting otherwise, isn't it?
I think positive affirmation as well. You need to write down at the beginning of each day. I got this diary at the start of last year, and I used it religiously. And it was little things, like you wake up in the morning and you write 3 points, 3 things that you're going to do that day. It could be something really simple, like I'm going to make the bed, I'm going to change my car tire or get my car booked into the garage, I'm going to do this. It's little things.
It's having those achievements each day, isn't it?
You tick those off. At the end of the day, it asks you to write 3 good things that happened during that day, and that could be somebody opening a door for you or someone buying you a coffee. Just little things, and your mindset starts to shift from that thing where you talk yourself out of something. You become a much more positive person overall.
Focusing on those positives.
I think someone that just struggles with motivation, you need to have your goals listed. You need to identify what you're looking to do, when you're looking to do it by, and you need to speak to someone. Because if you're thinking of going and doing it yourself without the understanding, it's going to be extremely hard. And that is just fact. You are going to find it hard unless you are somebody that is adamantly focused on something for, a specific reason, and you've got that drive that has just kicked you up the arse out of nowhere. If you find yourself falling back to your old ways, you're going to do the same with this. So if you really want to stick at it, you've got to approach someone. Yeah, of course. Whether that's a friend, like I said earlier. But I consider getting a PT.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
It doesn't have to be in person. There are plenty of online coaches, but just make sure that it is someone who's verified as a coach. There are so many fads, so many influencers selling their products. Yeah, and they
piss me off as well.
Not even qualified.
Yeah, a bunch of fucking drongos.
Yeah. But name another industry that you could get away with that. Yeah, can you imagine if I started selling medical documentation about COVID?
Yeah, outrageous.
20 quid, have a read on this.
Go on in here.
What?
Do you know what I mean?
And I've just typed that up myself.
Yeah, I know.
I'd be...
You're going away, mate.
They'd clean me up.
Yeah, I know. But I think what we will do in a future episode is really break down goal setting, because I think what we've spoken about today, people they get the gist of the basis, but what we're going to look to do on this podcast is break it down for you.
We're going to be breaking everything down.
Yeah.
We wanted today to just be an introduction more so as to what is to come.
Yeah. An understanding of the aspect of maybe how to begin to approach something.
Yeah.
And for the people who are going to watch us and the people who know us already.
That was punchy.
Yeah. Yeah, one of those ones. Punchy. Ask us, please.
Ask us.
I hate seeing people who I know need the help, and I'm always going to go over to them and give them the help, but they don't ask.
That is a big thing.
Do you know what I mean?
People tend to be
and I
intimidated.
think you'll be surprised I'm very lucky in the gym that I work at. We're all lovely. All of us are lovely. I've never worked at a gym
apart from you,
that's
mate.
so nice. I've never liked you, by the way. But I think people realise, even when you go like to commercial gyms, you might not have to ask strangers, but talk to the staff.
That's what they're there for.
That is what they're there for. People don't realise this. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
And they will always help you.
They
And
will,
I'll tell you
yeah.
what, if they don't, come to Downton Leisure Centre.
Yeah, I would suggest if you're going to the gym with someone who is new like you, or even if you're just going on your own, even if you don't get a PT, ask your gym for an induction. They're entitled to give you an induction.
Yeah.
They'll show you how the kit works.
Yep.
They'll answer your questions.
Yep.
They'll spend the time with you, and if they don't spend at least
Half hour.
at least
half hour.
half an hour with you,
Yeah.
that's somebody who doesn't care for
Yeah.
you.
They're just there.
They're just
Do you know what I
there.
mean?
You
Yeah.
need someone who, at least half an hour,
I
regardless
agree.
of how big the gym is, regardless of what you're looking to do. They need to spend at least half an hour with you, and they'll happily spend an hour. I've done inductions before that have gone on for an hour and a half, and that's quite a long time for an induction. But for someone and I've had people that have been really nervous to the point they almost look scared of being in the gym, and after they leave, they can't wait to come back.
Yeah, and they're coming back with understanding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're coming back with that extra confidence as well. If they see you again, you're going to put a smile on their face. I mean, they might not smile that day.
No.
Do you know what I mean? But they know that you actually do care about what they're doing in that scenario. Do you know what I mean? And then before you know it, you'll end up talking to them, getting to know them, and we help people out more than they think as well.
I think it's similar to like a child that's watching other children do an activity like play football, and they're sat on the side like, oh, it looks quite fun, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask
I feel really nervous.
The big kids if I can join
and
in.
then someone says, oh, go on, join in. And they have a great time and they want to do it again. It's something that they're not comfortable with that they then become comfortable with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But we're going to break all this down.
We just wanted people to see our faces, really. We just wanted a general chit chat for this first one.
It's the first time.
Nothing too in depth, really.
Cut us some slack.
Cut us some slack, yeah.
Yeah, because we're not pros yet. Give us a month.
Yeah.
We'll be a pro.
What we should do, though, is competition. That's probably why a lot of people are watching this.
Competition
So
time.
we have been running... Oh, sorry about that.
I said, cut us some slack, please.
Yeah, cut us some slack, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, technical error.
That's the gong. That's the competition gong.
Yeah, before we started recording, we were like... Because we're in a different room to our initial setup.
Yeah.
Obviously, we are going to be moving around anyway.
Exactly.
But I said, just watch that table, Josh. Watch that table.
And now
Don't hit your mic stand.
I haven't.
And
look who's hot with this.
There we go. Pull the clanger.
Before you know, at some point this year, we'll probably have a whole studio set up. Do you know what I mean? Warehouse for the clothes. Probably our own private gym.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
Probably.
Get our own jet. Private jet.
I was thinking chopper.
Chopper?
Yeah, easier to land. To land.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I was having this discussion with a mate, actually, the other day. He said...
What about choppers?
Chopper or plane? Because... No. If the propellers go on the chopper, you're fucked.
That's a fact. Same with a plane.
Yeah,
if the wing goes, you're gone.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like a wing's a lot more durable, and a plane flies itself when it's in the air. It glides, doesn't it? A chopper, you stop the propellers. Well, where are you going?
I'm not getting in the chopper with you then. Why are you stopping the propellers?
No, but what I'm saying, mechanical problem.
Mechanical problems.
If there's a mechanical problem in a plane, oftentimes it can glide and it can fly itself.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Well,
I think still land it safely. Anyway, I'm completely going off topic.
But I just want to clarify that the competition, you don't win a plane or a helicopter.
No.
That's probably in a couple years' time. That might be the prize.
Yeah.
But do you want to say what the prizes are?
Yeah.
And then I'll let you pick them out, and then I'll announce the winner. Okay.
Sounds good.
So
the prizes are, and this is just going off the top of my head. So if I've forgotten anything,
don't worry.
It's on Instagram. We have
Exactly.
got everything.
At Fit for Discussion.
Fit for Discussion. Yeah, make sure you follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please and thank you.
So prizes, we did 2 months of online coaching.
Mm-hmm.
It was 2 PT sessions.
Yep.
There's a bundle from My Protein. One of our hoodies.
One of our hoodies. One of our tops.
One of our t-shirts. A bottle.
Yep. Exactly.
And was that it?
Yeah, that's enough. Lordy.
I think it was.
Is
yeah,
that it?
I mean, we pushed the boat out a bit, didn't we?
Is that for a first one?
First one.
First one, yeah. No, you guys, well, someone's going to be lucky.
Yeah.
So do you want to do the honours?
Yeah, go on then.
So if you say the number,
and then
I'll find who it is. Okay.
Right, okay. This makes them that
I'm
right,
so
that was
sorry.
So loud.
That's the competition gong.
Hang on, I'll just mix these up because
Are they not mixed?
they're all like different sizes as well though. It's like,
Oh,
do you see what I mean?
Sorry. First time I've done this. I'll do it better next time.
They're all Who folded these?
Sorry.
Right, anyway.
Right, you take one and I'll take them over.
Right, I'll tell you one.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Taking it away. No. Dong. Okay.
I'm interested actually. So
By the way, can I just say as well, massive thank you to everyone, just quickly, because everyone's helped us out more than what they think. This raffle has really helped us out.
it has, yeah, massively, yeah.
You guys have shown so much interest, and we're really grateful for it. So, in return, we're going to try and give you as much content as what we can do. Just thank you. Especially like to all my boys, family, your boys, our clients, like people I work with. Everyone has supported it.
Yeah,
and it's so nice to see because it's quite a nervy thing to try.
It is, and it's done. I was just quite surprised.
Yeah,
how much it took off because, like I said, I had a target in mind, and we've between us we've got a big network, haven't we?
Yeah.
Like we know a lot of people.
Yeah,
and I thought, okay, I had a target, and I was like, that first one that'll help us with a bit of clothing or a bit of equipment that'll go towards something like that. We hit that in 2 days, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
You guys have actually managed to help us like with the setup that you're seeing now, with the future things that are coming. So I think all we can do is thank them really, and this is just a little way that we're always going to give something back. This isn't the last raffle we're going to do; it's the first raffle we're going to do, and at the end of the day, it's going to get better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
So just thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Do you want to do the honours, and I'll find out who it is?
Yeah.
What number have you got in
I've
your
sort of screwed it up, to be fair.
Yeah,
a little bit more. So I was just playing with it. Hang on. What the hell's that? Oh, okay. 64, that looks like, to me. Let me make sure it's not. Hang on, it's not the other way around. No. 64.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you'll be able to. Hang on, I'll have to actually move that close. I don't know if you can actually pick that up, but it's
64. She is going to be a very happy lady.
Who is it? Go on then.
Georgina Jackman.
Georgie. 64.
Georgie's gone and pulled through. Oh, congratulations, Georgina Jackman. You're the winner.
She bought 100 entries or something.
What was it? 320 entries, I think she bought. Which doesn't surprise me if she won, to be I tried to sell her 400.
Yeah.
She thought I was ripping her off. Sorry. You know what I mean? So massive congratulations to you, Georgie, if you're listening. If not, we'll send you the confirmation and the prizes are coming your way. But I'm sure I'll see you next week at work, babes. All right?
Cool.
I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, that's good.
Very happy.
Yeah, so we had a lot of entrants as well with that, to be fair.
Yeah.
And people were buying 20, 40, 10.
There's always going to be another chance as well, guys.
There'll always be another chance.
Always.
We are going to dish out some merch as well this week. So Look out for a message from us. We are just going to randomly dish out some t-shirts and hoodies.
So basically this week, just everyone be really nice.
Yeah.
And then the nicest person we'll just pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, treat us well, buy us things. You might get a free top.
Yeah. And for those of you that are interested, so we're going to give out one each, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then the rest are going to be on sale. So if you are interested in either this t-shirt that Josh is wearing with a Fit for Discussion logo on the front, has got it central below the neck as well, just the circle logo that we've got. And then we've got these hoodies as well. I would show you the back, but I'm quite comfy.
Crash bang.
Just have to keep an eye on our Instagram.
Yeah, so follow the Instagram for more updates on it.
But yeah, like I said, if you're interested, just give us a message. We have got, what have we got left? Medium and large.
Yes, medium and large is all we got left.
Yeah, cool. We will be putting in another order soon. So just
Of course we will.
keep an eye out.
Thank you very much for listening, guys.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you in the next one.
See you later.